Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. To film for you this spring look, and I wanted to do something very different, step out of my comfort zone, and I think this definitely did it. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please excuse my voice. My mic died like towards the end of the video, but yes, without further ado, let's get on to the tutorial. So like always, we are starting with our primer. We are starting to prime our eyes with concealer, and I always use the Tarte Shape Tape because it's the one that I've tried so far that I like the best, and I usually like to apply it with the Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush, and I just pat it in. And no matter what look I'm doing, I always like to bring the concealer out far, like all the way up to like my nose and all the way out here, up to like the side of my face kind of, because I never know how far I'm gonna take the look, like if I'm gonna bring it all the way out here. So I'm starting off with the Morphe 35B, and I'm going into this shade right here. So I'm lightly going into that on my crease with a Morphe R37. And I'm just tapping that on first like usual. And I think I brought it up too far. But it's okay because we're gonna blend that out right now. Let's just hope it turns out like the other eye, because I was about to not film this because I wanted to practice with this eye first, and I know I have some fallout here, but I'll take that off when I finish this eye. I wasn't going to film this at first because I wanted to practice the look I had in mind on this eye, like I was saying, and it was not coming out right, and I don't know like how, but I fixed it and now I'm really liking it. So hopefully it comes out the same. And I know that doesn't look blended, but now I'm going to dip into the Certifeye Tropical Wonders palette and use this shade right here, which I'm not gonna try to pronounce, and a Morphe M513. So I'm just going to dip into that shade and then start blending out the purple. And it's gonna look weird at first, I know, but I'm just doing exactly what I did on this eye, so it can look the same. So I know that looks weird and you can't even see the purple that much anymore, but I'm gonna go back into that same purple from the 35B and make it look even weirder, because that's what I did on the other eye. But let's trust the process, you know, because I was about to take this other eye off and I was just gonna leave it at that, like, and maybe try to do something else, but I stuck with it and I'm so glad I did. So now I'm gonna go back into the Tropical Wonders palette and Red Sea, I believe it's called. Yes. Oh, just kidding. So I'm gonna go back into the Tropical Wonders palette and dip into Firefish. I don't know how to show a palette on camera all of a sudden. So I'm gonna go back into the Tropical Wonders palette and dip into this shade called Firefish. And the same Morphe R39 brush. Then I'm gonna go back into the orange shade to have that seamless blend that I'm going for. You know, it's always good to go back and forth between brushes and shades. I've said this before in another video, and it's really important. I feel like it makes a difference. It's an extra step, but it still makes a difference. Now I'm gonna go into some Tarte Shape Tape and use a Makeup Shack. It doesn't have a number, so just a flat brush, and just put some on my lid first, then look up like always. Basically what I did was carve out my whole crease. And instead of dragging it, I'm just patting it on. Then I dipped into this green shade from the Morphe 35B, and with a Morphe M506, I just started at the outer corner and patted in the product. Then I went into the inner corner. Then I put some on at the very top. And before I continued with the green, before the concealer dries, I'm going to apply Sunray from the Certifeye palette. Then I'm going back to finish off with the green. And I'm not really blending it into the purple, I'm just building up the green. Then with that same flat brush, I'm going back into my concealer. And I'm starting off at the outer part of my crease. And I'm trying to remember how I did this line. So now I'm going to use the NYX Vivid Brights eyeliner in Vivid Halo, and it's just this yellow liner. And I know these crack a lot and it bothers me, but I felt like the look needed something. I felt like this is what it needed. So I'm just using it until I can buy or find a different liner. If you guys know of any colorful liners that don't crack, let me know down in the comments. Please, because I really need to use I really want to use more colorful liners. But these just aren't, I don't like working with these because they crack really bad. I'm gonna go back into the yellow shadow and try to blend the liner into the yellow shadow, and also just apply some of the shadow onto the liner. And I know my lashes are yellow, but you can just rub them against in between your fingers and it'll come right off. And that way you won't be able to see them when I apply falsies. What I'm also going to do is blend the yellow into the green. Then go back with the brush I used the green with and blend those two together without picking up any product. Then I'm gonna go back into the 35B and use this shade right here, which is just a yellow shimmery shade, and I'm going to be placing that on top of the yellow just because I used all mattes on this look, so I just wanted a little bit of sheen to it. And once we have that, I feel like I just need to extend this liner a little bit more to make it look the same as the other one. Since I'm going to be taking my makeup right off when I'm done with this, I'm going to go for a dewy look, because when I think spring, I think like fresh and dewy skin, and that's not something I can have. Dewy skin, I mean. It's not something I can have like when I do my makeup, because it'll be a mess. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to prime with the Becca First Light priming filter. My camera turned off while I was still talking. Rude. I don't know how girls can do their makeup when their hair is done. My hair is bothering me so much. It smells so good. And now I have some naturally dewy skin. I was about to say I'm going for a light coverage today, but who am I kidding? I never do that. So we're going with the Milani foundation, which is full coverage, because that's what I need right now when I'm not going out. And just dotting that all over my face. Then I'm just gonna start patting in the foundation. This foundation never fails me. I love it. The only thing is that I think now it's just a hair too dark for me, but it's nothing I can't fix by just putting it on my neck, which is what I'm gonna do with the rest of the foundation I have on the back of my hand. For some reason, I love trying foundations. So if there's any foundation you want me to review, leave that down in the comments too. Because I don't know what it is that's just so satisfying about applying foundation. I'm perfectly fine with my skin. The only thing is like the texture that bothers me and my dark circles, but something about covering that, like my dark circles and then my redness like on my cheeks, it just, like, I like it. Concealing with the Tarte Shape Tape. Because, you know, I don't have any other makeup. But seriously, I just love this concealer because it's so full coverage, and I just love the way, the finish of it, and for my eyeshadow, and I just, since it has so many uses, like, I just love it, and it's lasted me for so long now. And I'm just blending that out with a Makeup Shack T31 brush. You see that? What dark circles. Now I'm just going to set my concealer with the Dermablend setting powder, not setting spray. This goes to show you how much I go out. I've used this powder for a while now to set my face and everything, but I've never taken my pictures using flash. So I think it was the powder that when I went to to Generation Beauty and I took pictures with my friend, at a booth and it had flash, I got really bad flashback, so I hated the pictures just because of that. So I'm not sure if it was the powder, but I'm thinking it was, because the next day I used my best friend's powder and I didn't get any flashback with that. I'm so used to setting my face with powder that I completely forgot I was going for a dewy look. But it's okay. I didn't set anywhere else, just my under eyes and my nose. And I'm just going to wipe it off right away because for some reason lately my under eyes have been really dry. So if I leave the powder on for too long, I'll look like I have snake skin instead of under eyes. I'm just dusting that off with a Makeup Shack T30. Now I'm really excited to try this because I tried it the second day of Generation Beauty, but I freaked out a little bit, so then I just used my regular bronzer and blush, or bronzer actually. And this is the Balm Girls Getaway Trio, and it is a bronzer and 2 blushes. So this is the bronzer, I believe, yes, and then the 2 blushes. And I really like them because they're not too pink, so I really like that. Today I'm going to be using, well, I'm going to be using all 3 of them actually. So I'm going to bronze with this one, which is called Balm Desert, and then use both of these blushes. And with this one's called Balm Springs and then Balm Beach. And I just really like the Balm's like packaging and their names and all that, and I've never really owned anything from the Balm, so this is pretty cool. I got this in my goodie bag from Generation Beauty, and I was so excited. I was like a little kid when I saw everything in the bag. If you didn't know already, this was my first year, so that's why I keep kind of talking about it. I'm going to be bronzing now. So I'm going to pat that in because I didn't really set my face with powder. So I'm just going to pat it in first. This is a really nice bronzing shade. I feel like I don't even need to contour. I mixed the 2 blushes and I'm going to apply those. Starting off right here and then going towards the apples of my cheeks. But since this is a spring look and I want to look dewy, I'm going into the Nude Rose palette from BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to apply some of this shade right here. And now I have a natural glowy blush. Now I'm going to use another thing I got from the goodie bag from Gen Beauty, and that is the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter in Champagne. Yes. And I've never tried any Physicians Formula highlighters or anything from Physicians Formula because that was always like the most like expensive thing at the drugstore to me. And to receive this in the goodie bag, like, it looks so nice. Like, I just love how it looks in the packaging, and I just fell in love with it right away when I saw it. And then when you swatch it, like, it says butter highlighter and it literally feels like butter. So they did that, and this is, well, for a drugstore highlighter, it is pricey. So the quality is really good. If you're looking for a highlighter that's blinding, this is it. So I'm going to apply that with a Makeup Shack T89 and I just went in like this twice, and let's see. Yeah, I feel like you can see this side better, I think. Now, do you see that? Like, now I'm gonna go in this once again. Do you see that? Let me move my hair. Look at that glow. I mean, if you saw my last video, then you saw the glow. But if you haven't, I'm watching you, and now I know you didn't watch it. So after you finish watching this, you go to my last video, and then you appreciate that glow and the look I did in that day, on both days. Now I'm holding you accountable that you are going to watch it. So you better go watch it. See, this would come out bomb when I'm not going anywhere. Oh my gosh. I just realized a light that wasn't supposed to be on is on, and I'm already almost done. Now I'm gonna finish the under eyes, and all I'm gonna do is first I'm going to that shade from the 35B and applying it all over my lower lash line, then applying Waterfall from the Tropical Wonders palette to make it into a more pastel look since it is spring. And then I'm applying Sunray and then going back into the 35B magenta shade to brighten things up, but it won't be as bright since I did apply the white. And then I'm going into Zza from the Masquerade palette and putting that on the inner corner, and then applying Psychedelic from Retro Love right on top. And then I'm going into the Essence lipstick in Cool Nude, and I really felt like it tied the whole look up since it looked like a lavender shade kind of. And then I'm applying the Too Faced Hangover spray all over my face to set everything in place. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I already said like, oh my gosh. Leave any video suggestions down in the comments, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.